Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for a GATE and ESE preparation. So today in this particular session, we'll be having the practice of top 20 questions from the very important subjects, theory of machine, industrial, and your engineering mechanics. So very good evening, guys. Hello, Gokul. Good evening. So is my audio and video is all good? All perfect, all good. Please do write in the comment section if it's all good, so that we can start off this session and we can practice some top 20 questions from all the three subjects. So, okay, hello, Parth, hello, good evening. I think everything is good, right? Okay, so how is your preparation going on? I think by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, GATE will be IT will be announcing the result. And tomorrow, most probably by tomorrow afternoon, you'll be getting the result, right? So don't get super excited and don't get demotivated. Both emotions should be controlled because we need to now concentrate on BARC examination. That is our sole goal. After that, what should be the strategy? We'll be discussing later on. Good evening, all of you. And please do take care of your health because there's a flu going on, right? Good evening, very good evening. Okay, so I hope you all know about me. You are all connected with me on my Telegram channel also, right? So if still not connected, you can do join me. That is Mechanical by Suraj, and where you will be having all the PDFs. This session PDF will also be uploaded in that. Okay. Hello Pankaj. Good evening. Good evening. And today at 7:30, if you are going planning for GATE 2024, definitely you need to have a complete roadmap. So Dheeraj sir and Ashutosh sir, both the expertise will be coming today at 7:30 on our BYJU'S exam prep app. Okay. So ready, guys? Ready? And those who have got a great result in UPSC ESC 2023 prelims, because results is already being out. So do share your results with us. Okay, chalo. Hello, Roshan. Good evening. Shall we begin? Because you know that BARC may calculators are allowed, so try to have some calculative questions, right? But one thing I need to share that normally I've seen that many BARC centers may the calculators, virtual calculators are not that efficient. So try to have the simple calculation, try to do by yourself rather than doing that simple calculation by using virtual calculator, because it will be taking some time, right? Okay, inputs will be given. So rather than having the basic calculations, do not use calculators in that. Definitely if you're having a huge calculation, you can directly use that virtual calculator. Okay, so first question on your screen from the theory of machine, will be starting from Tom, then we'll be going to mechanics, then your industrial engineering. Okay, a vibrating system consists of mass 50 kg, a spring with a stiffness of 30 kilonewton meter, and a damper. The damping provided is only 20% of the critical value. What is the frequency of the damped vibration? Okay, Roshan, Pankaj, Gokul, Parth, everyone. I need answers from everyone now. The session has started. The first question is on your screen. From the theory of machine, the most favorite topic, that is vibration. Okay, so if you read out the statement, they have directly given you the mass value, the stiffness value, but try to make sure you are seeing the units. It is given in kilonewton meter. Okay, so try to see that. And they have not given the damping coefficient, but instead they are saying that damping is provided 20% of the critical value, that is C is equal to 0.2 times of Cc. So can we get the value of zeta? Can we get the value of zeta? If C is equal to 0.2 times of Cc, can we simply say, so zeta will be equal to C by Cc, that is 0.2. Right? Simple by seeing this, because we need to calculate the damped frequency, and to calculate the damped frequency, we need to get the value of zeta also and omega and also. So let us calculate the value of omega, and omega is equal to under root of k by m. So k is equal to 30 into 10 to the power 3, mass is 50, right? Root of this. Can you tell me what's the value of omega? And you are getting somewhere near about to value 24. Very good. Roshan has got the answer. Gokul also, very good. 24 18. Okay. So 24.5 radian per second, you are getting the value of omega n, right? But they're asking the value of the damped frequency of vibration. Omega d is equal to under root of 1 minus zeta square into omega n. Fine. So 1 minus 0.2 whole square root of this into your omega n is 24.5. So I think you are getting exactly this value to be 24 radian per second. Yes, option C. Are we getting this option C the correct answer? Parth, Roshan, yes, correct. Gokul, absolutely correct. 23.99, so we can round off to 24 radian per second. And we can simply say if 24.5 radian per second is the value of omega n, so definitely it will be less than that of this. So D will be eliminated. And zeta is 0.2, so it will be closer to your omega. So the correct answer is option C, 24 radian per second. Very good, very good. Correct. Okay, done. Anyone having any doubt in this? Because this is a very easy question. I think you can easily calculate this. Okay, second question on your screen from the second important topic from theory of machine, that is gear train. The arm of a epicyclic gear carries two gears P and Q having teeth 45 and 60 respectively. So we're having two gears. We're having the gear P, right? This is your gear P and this is your gear Q, which is the bigger gear, right? Okay, and they are both connected with the help of an arm. Okay, so they are saying that TP is equal to 45 and TQ is equal to 60. If the arm rotates with an angular velocity of 150 RPM in counterclockwise, that N of arm is equal to 150 RPM, and that too in counterclockwise direction. What will be the RPM of the gear Q if gear P is fixed? Easy question. What is the RPM of gear Q if gear P is fixed? Okay, chalo, quickly. Option A, option B, option C, or option D. And definitely you'll getting questions like this because first of all you need to calculate the magnitude. So you can eliminate two options, then left out with counterclockwise or clockwise. Okay. So we can no need to draw any table because it's only comprising of two gears. So we can simply write it directly like the N of arm. Let us suppose I'm assuming it to be Y. What is the N of P? The RPM of P is equal to X plus Y, and RPM of Q will be equal to Y minus X T P by TQ. TP by TQ. Right, so they are saying that gear P is fixed, so NP is equal to 0, that is X plus Y equal to 0. So X plus Y is equal to 0, but Y is directly given as 150, but anti-clockwise to counterclockwise, that is minus 150. So X is equal to 150 directly. So we got the value of X, we know the value of Y, just simply have to place it in equation NQ, you can get the value. Okay. Between C and B, we're having Pankaj is saying C, Saurav is talking about B. Okay, anyone? Saurav is going with option B. Anyone else who can tell me the answer? You have to place it and tell me. Okay, so your NQ will be equal to Y is already negative, that is counterclockwise, minus 150 plus, oh sorry, not plus, it is already negative. Minus 150 into TP value is 45 by 60 into 45 divided by 60. What's the value you're getting? I think minus 262 RPM. Now minus I symbolize that we are talking about because I'm taking the minus as the counterclockwise. So I can simply say 262 RPM in the counterclockwise direction. So the correct answer is option A. Yes, option A. Okay, try to see the units, try to see the sign also. Okay, it's very important. If you're not taking that sign convention into consideration, then you will be getting the wrong answer. Fine, so you're getting 262 RPM at counterclockwise the speed of gear Q. Very good, very good, perfect. Option A is the correct answer. Fire, we are getting option A. Okay. Clear? Can we proceed to question number 3 on the screen? Is this from the next important topic, that is balancing. A single reciprocating engine having mass of reciprocating part as 60 kg and the mass of the revolving part as 40 kg at crank radius. If 75 percentage of the reciprocating, not points, 70 reciprocating parts and all the revolving parts are to be balanced by balancing of 25 kg at a radius of 170 mm, then what is the length of the working stroke? Chalo, they're asking you the stroke length. They're simply asking you the value of stroke length. What is stroke length? That is equal to twice of the radius of the crank. So if I'm able to calculate the value of radius of crank, I can get the value of stroke length, and that too in mm you need to calculate. Okay. Now they are saying that you need to balance 75 percentage of the reciprocating part and the complete revolving part. So can we say the mass to be balanced? The mass to be balanced will be equal to 75% means 0.75 of reciprocating part, that is 60 kg, plus entire revolving part you need to balance. So 0.75 into 60 plus 40, what's the value you're having? Anyone? 0.75 into 60, I think you'll be getting 20 plus 40, 40 plus 40, 60. Yes, 0.75 into 60. 45 into 40, that is 85 kgs. Are we getting this to be 85? Huh? Fine. So now we need to balance this much of mass at crank radius. So we can simply say, and they're simply saying you need to go for complete balancing. They're not saying any partial balancing. So we can say m into r into omega square is equal to mb into rb into omega square. Now mb is given as 25 kg, 170 mm is the radius. So we can say this is 85 into r, omega square get cancelled out, is equal to 25 into 170. So from here I can get the value of r. Once I'm getting the value of r, now you have to say that stroke length will be equal to twice of r. See the option and tell me what's the correct answer. What's the value of radius you're getting? 85 into 20 by 25, 70. Quickly. 100. Very good, very good. We're getting the value of r is 25 into 170 divided by 85. So this is coming out to 50 mm, right? If this is 50 mm, so this will be equal to 100 mm. So your length of the working stroke or the length of the stroke length will be simply option D, 100 mm. Is this clear? Very easy question, direct, straightforward. Right? We have taken the concept of slightly balancing. Stroke length calculation, you know, we are studying from the first year itself, from the your different semester we are studying. Our twice of ours is nothing but your stroke length. Okay, so the next question on your screen is from the gyroscope. An airplane flying at 240 km per hour turns left and completes a quarter circle of 60 meter radius. The mass of the rotary engine and the plane's propeller is for 50 kg with the radius of gyration is 320 mm. The engine speed is 2000 rpm clockwise when you're viewing from the rear view. Determine the gyroscopic couple on the aircraft. Okay, chalo, let's see. Who will be telling me the answer? It's a simple, direct. You need to calculate the gyroscopic couple, that is equal to I into omega p. Right? What's the value of omega? That is 2 pi into 2000 by 60, right? Radian per second. How we need to calculate omega p? That is equal to velocity by r, v by r. So velocity is 250 km per hour. Try to convert into meter per second. So 240 into 1000 by 3600 divided by 60. This will be giving the value of omega p, and I is mass and radius of gyration is given. So place it 450 into 0.32 square into 2 pi into 2000 by 60 into 240 into 1000 divided by 3600 into 60. Solve it and I think you'll be getting something in kilonewton meters. Try to see the unit. Kilonewton meter will be the answer. Okay. So try to tell me the answer in kilonewton meter. Option A 8.71, option B 10.71, option C 38.59, or option D 102.29. Okay, what is the correct answer? Very good, Saurav. I'm getting some responses from Saurabh and Roshan. Are you getting this option B? 10.71. 10.71 to something like this kilonewton meter. Are we getting this option B as the correct answer? Only calculation part is left out. Try to make sure you're dividing it by 1000 also. Divide by 1000 in order to convert this into kilonewton meter. Okay. Option B. Very good. 10.712. Somewhere around that you are getting. Okay. Yes. Correct. Fire. What's your name? Fire. Fire, Roshan, Saurabh, Unstoppable. We are having unique names in the comment section. Okay, option B is the correct answer. Chaliye, next question on the screen. Okay, again from a vibration, let's see. Money kit. Okay. The mass of single degree damped vibrating system is 8 kgs. If the amplitude of vibration reduces to 1 by 16th of its initial value after 4 oscillations, that means they are simply saying x4 by x0 is equal to 1 by 16. Okay. Then what is the ratio of the amplitude of the third oscillation to its initial value? That means they're asking value of x3 by x0. This is the value that they are asking. What is the amplitude of the third oscillation to its initial value? Let's see. Is it coming out to 1 by 6? Definitely won't be 1 by 16. It will be higher than that. Either it will be B, C or D. A you can directly eliminate. Fine. And you have solved these type of questions so many number of times from the damped vibration. The consecutive ratio is always constant. The consecutive ratios is always constant. Okay. Chalo. What is the value for x3 by x0? So we know that x0 by x4. So we can say x4 by x0 can be written as x4 by x3 into x3 by x2 into x2 by x1 into x1 by x0. So we can say this is x1 by x0 to the power 4, because the consecutive ratios will always be same. That is equal to 1 by 16. So from here I'm getting the value of x1 by x0 equal to 2 to the power 4. That is 1 upon 2. 1 by 2. Right? But they're asking the value of x3 by x0. So x3 by x0, x3 by x0 can be written as x1 by x0 whole cube, right? Or we can say 1 by 2 whole cube, that is 1 by 8. I think we are getting option B is the correct answer. No calculators required. Yes, no calculator required. Frankly speaking, if you are correct with the logic, if you are correct with the concept, I think you won't be requiring some questions calculators. You can directly get the answers. Okay, option B is the correct answer. Because x3 by x0, how we can write x3 by x0? It is nothing but x3 by x2 into x2 by x1 into x1 by x0, or I can say x1 by x0 whole cube. And x1 by x0 we have already calculated this to be 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 whole cube is nothing but 1 by 8. Option B is the correct answer. Yes, Roshan, Saurabh, Pankaj, I hope so this is clear. Correct money. Is this clear? Option B. Okay. Can we proceed to the next problem? It's very important. I need a response from all of you, right? Because you can expect these kind of very easy question. Like question level is not difficult. It basically approach makes is it difficult or easy, right? Okay. So next question. A solid sphere of mass m and radius r is connected by a spring modulus as shown in figure. I think that figure is missing. Right, so let me draw that diagram. It was like this. Okay, fine. The diagram is something like this. There's a solid sphere, mass m, radius r, spring modulus k. If it is free to roll on the rough horizontal surface without slipping, what is the natural frequency of vibration? Apply the energies equation. Apply energy equation. I think you'll be getting the answer very easily. Is it option A, option B, option C, or option D? Try to solve it. This is a solid sphere. I'm again repeating. Try not to commit the mistake, because usually we are solving by taking that as a solid disk. This is not a solid disk. This is a solid sphere. So you need to know what is the moment of inertia of solid sphere. Okay. Very good. Roshan has already calculated root 5k by 7m. Anyone else? You can apply the energy equation. है ना? We can say the total energy. Okay, Pankaj is saying option A. Total energy is equal to half I omega square plus half mv square plus half kx square. Okay. Now, what is the moment of inertia of a solid sphere? Solid sphere moment of inertia is what? What's the moment of inertia of a solid sphere? Anyone? This is the mistake that some of the students are making. It's not solid disk. This is solid sphere. So it will be having 2 by 5 mr square. Yes or no? 2 by 5 mr square. This is the mistake many of the students are writing in the comment section. I think Pankaj, Mani and Saurav has committed the same mistake. This is not solid disk. This is solid sphere. 2 by 5 mr square, right? So apply that. 1 by 2. 2 by 5 mr square into omega square plus 1 by 2 mv square plus half kx square, right? So this will be simply 7 by 5, 1 by 2, 7 by 5 mv square plus half kx square. That's it. This is the only thing that you need to know. Rest, I think you already have calculated by taking that as a solid disk, which is making is a wrong answer. Okay, option D is absolutely correct. Thus, you need to differentiate del total energy with respect to x equal to, with respect to t equal to 0, not x. Hai Chalo, right? So it will be equal to 7 by 5 m into a plus k into x equal to 0, which makes this to be x double dot plus 5 by 7 k by m x equal to 0. So from here, omega n is simply under root of 5k by 7m. Option D. Option D. Is this clear? Usually with the practice, you are identifying the mistake. The reason why we are attending this, we are having this practice session is, you should be knowing where these are some small mistakes many students are doing, right? You know the concept, you know the logic, but slight approach or slight the question is not being read clearly, you'll be committing the mistake. And interestingly, what mistake you'll be committing, that wrong option will also be available. That's the best part of BARC or even in GATE examination. The silly mistake that you're doing, that silly mistake option will also be available. Like if you're assuming this to be a solid disk, option A will be coming out with the picture, and many of the students will be happily marking that and be getting the wrong answer. Simply you'll be landing with a negative marking. Okay, so option D is the correct answer. Root of 5k by 7m is the angular your natural frequency of vibration, right? Chalo, next question from our inversion topic. The distance between two parallel shafts is 18 mm and they're connected by Oldham's coupling. I think you will be able to answer it very easily. The driving shaft revolves at 160 rpm. What will be the maximum speed of sliding of the tongue of the intermediate piece along the groove? Okay. It will be tongue. Like maximum speed of the sliding. Chalo, quickly. Oldham's coupling. Oldham's coupling, we already seen that what's the maximum velocity? Vmax is equal to omega of the driving into the distance between the parallel shaft, right? Distance between the parallel shaft. Okay. So what is omega? That is 160. That is 2 pi into 160 by 60 into 0.018. Solve it. I think you'll be getting the answer. It's only calculation. Nothing left out. Roshan is getting option C. I think we are getting 0.302 meter per second. I think round off to option C. Perfect. Okay. Omega of the driver into the distance between the parallel shaft. That's a simple formulation. Those who know, you can apply. Those who don't know, they'll be skipping and they'll be losing a very easy 3 marks question. Okay. Chalo, next question on your screen. Very easy. Very easy. This question basically, I would rather say it should be from mechanics, but yes, you can apply the concept of theory of machine also. A wheel of radius r rolls without slipping on a horizontal surface as shown below. If the velocity of the center of mass is 8 meter per second in horizontal direction towards right, towards right means simply like this. Let me use a different color. This is the velocity 8 meter per second and rolling without slip is happening, right? The magnitude of the velocity at point Q. What will be the magnitude of the velocity at point Q? Chaliye quickly, VQ value. Those who know the concept, it will hardly take less than 30 seconds to answer this. Hardly less than 30 seconds to answer to this question. Chaliye quickly. What is the velocity at this point? VQ. You can use the concept of velocity triangle, or you can use the concept of mechanics. I think mechanics will be very easy. Now, whenever we are having rolling without slip, its eye center will be located at the point of contact. Yes, its eye center will be located at the point of contact. That is this is the eye center, or O is the eye center. So if I want to calculate the velocity, absolute velocity, what we need to do is we need to calculate this distance, right, and multiply it by omega. That's it. So we can say the velocity at point Q will be equal to OQ into omega, right? What is distance OQ? They are saying that they are having at a distance point Q. Acha, they have not given that distance, right? I think that, let me show you that distance. This is R by 2. This is R by 2. This distance is R by 2. The midpoint. Q is R by 2 distance from the center, right? So now we can calculate, this is your R plus R by 2, that is 3R by 2 into omega. So this is 3 by 2 into R omega. What is R omega? Because this is rolling without slip. So V is equal to R omega. So we can simply say this is equal to 3 by 2 into V. V is 8 meter per second. So 3 by 2 into 8, that gives out to be 12 meter per second. 12. Option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Yes. Okay. Because we know that eye center, about the eye center, the body is making a pure rotational motion. So if you want to calculate the absolute velocity, just you only have to identify the distance from this eye center to that point, and omega omega, right? R into omega will be the condition for rolling without slip, because at point of contact, your R will be R omega is equal to V. That is the condition for rolling without slip. You can use that concept, you can directly get. Option B is the correct answer. Okay. Right? 3 by 2 into 8. That simply makes the answer to be 12 meter per second. Next question. A rigid rod of length 2 meter is resting at an angle of 30 degree. Various number of times we have solved these kind of questions, right? The point B is dragged with a velocity of 8 meter per second towards right, as you can see on the screen. What is the magnitude of the velocity V of point A as it moves along the wall without losing the contact? Without losing the contact, what is the velocity of point A? Chalo, quickly. What will be the answer? That means they're asking you this velocity, VA. They're asking you this velocity, that is VA. This is given as 8 meter per second. This is 90 degree. So we can use the concept of eye center. This eye center will be simply located at this point. Right? This is the eye center, right? So we can simply say that VA is equal to AI into omega, and VB is equal to BI into omega, right? Okay, now we can take the ratio, or we can say VA by AI is equal to VB by BI. Now they are given the value this to be 2 meter, right? The length of the ladder is given 2 meter. So we can say AI will be simply, what's the value of AI? AI will be equal to 2 cos 30 and BI will be equal to 2 sin 30. That's it. Okay, just place it and tell me what's the answer we're getting. Only simple concept. Okay, D option. Anyone else? I'm getting Roshan, Saurabh, D option. What about the rest of the students? Simple है यार, इससे easy question तो V is equal to AI. AI is 2 cos 30 divided by 2 sin 30 into VB is 8 meter per second. So we can say 8 divided by 10 30. Solve it and tell me what's the answer. 10 30 is 1 upon root 3. So 8 root 3. So 8 से ज़्यादा होगा. Only option left out is option D. No need to calculate also. 8 root 3 somewhere it will be more than that of 8. So A, B, C, all the three options we can eliminate. Okay. So it will be simply 13.86 meter per second. 13.86 meter per second. Option D is the correct answer. Clear? Yes. Is this clear? Very easy. You use the concept of I center and theorem of angular velocity and you can get the answer. Okay. Chaliye, next question on your screen from again from the vibration. A machine of mass m is equal to 100 kg supported on 4 springs, each having a stiffness of 10 kilonewton per meter. The machine is subjected to an external force of, this is your external force, F is equal to 100 cos 10 t. Okay, fine. The machine is isolated from the floor. Then what is the amplitude of the steady state oscillation? Okay, tell me what will be the amplitude. Now, can you tell me what is the value of zeta? Anyone? By looking at the question, what could be the probable value of the zeta value? What is the value of damping factor? As we can clearly see, they are not even mentioning about anything about damping, and they're also saying that the machine is simply isolated from the floor with the help of the 4 springs. So we can say zeta is simply equal to 0. If zeta equal to 0, our amplitude relation becomes very, very easy. So if I'm not using that zeta 0, the amplitude is equal to f naught by k divided by under root of 1 minus omega by omega n whole square plus 2 zeta omega by omega n whole square, right? But in this problem, the zeta is simply equal to 0. So our amplitude formulation is reduced to a simple format. F naught by k divided by 1 minus omega by omega n whole square. That's it. So F naught will be, you can directly say F is equal to F naught cos omega t. If you compare these two standard values, so F naught is equal to 100 Newton, omega is equal to 10 radian per second, right? Omega n we need to calculate. How we can calculate? What is the value of omega n? What's the value of omega n? Anyone who can calculate? Now, can you tell me what is the value of k? If you try to read out a question, some students might, in a hurry, they will be missing out this term. There are 4 springs connected. This is supported on 4 springs. That means it is simply there is a mass and there are 4 springs connected like this. Okay. So definitely we can say what is the k equivalent? Your k equivalent will be equal to 4 times of that k. So make sure you're not skipping this part. 4 springs, that is being placed on 4 springs, right? Supported on 4 springs. So k equivalent equal to 4k. Now we can say omega is equal to k equivalent by m. So this is 4 into k by m. Now tell me what's the value of omega n. So omega n will be 4 into k is 10 into 1000 divided by 100 root of this. So this will be 420. 20 radian per second. Omega n is 20 radian per second. Omega n is 20 radian per second, right? So we got the value of f naught, we got the value of omega, we got the value of omega n. So we need to calculate simply the value of amplitude. Chalo. Quickly. Done. Just only we need to calculate this. So amplitude is equal to f naught is 100 divided by we are getting this. Tell me in this formulation, do I need to take the value of k equivalent or k? Do I need to take the value of k equivalent or k? Yes. Simple question. It is talking about the effective stiffness. They are talking about the effective stiffness. So it is k equivalent. K equivalent, right? So 1000 K equivalent is 4 into 10 into 1000 divided by 1 minus omega is 10 radian per second. Omega n is 20 whole square. Only you have to solve it and tell me the correct answer. Okay, are we getting 0.0625? Yes, very good. So it will be somewhere around 2 whole square minus, sir. So we'll be having into 4 into 10 into 1, 2, 3. 3.33 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter, or we can say 3.33 mm will be the answer. Option C is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Is this clear? The common mistake that some students might be doing is this, to calculate this K equivalent. Okay, in a hurry, if you're not identifying this part, you'll be getting a wrong value, and that wrong option will also be available. Okay, that wrong value will also be there in the option, so make sure you're not committing this mistake. Option C is the correct answer. 3.33 mm will be the final answer. Okay, clear? Chalo, now let's move to mechanics part. Mechanics mein sabse important, one of the favorite is your truss topic. Truss, without truss, I can say mechanics is like, from any examination perspective, is not complete. They are saying that what is the number of zero force member in this truss? How many zero force member will be there in this truss? Okay, quickly. How many zero force member will be the truss? Now, whenever they are asking you these kind of questions, try to see, is there any joint where 3 members are connected? And out of these 3, 2 members are collinear to each other. Right? If you closely visualize at joint B, what is happening? AB and BD are collinear and BC is alone. So that means BC is having a zero force member. If BC is zero force member, now if you take joint C, AC and C are collinear, CD will be zero force member, right? Now if you take joint D, BD and DF are your collinear, so DE will be your zero force member, right? Okay, and if you talk about joint E, CE and EG are collinear, EF will be the zero force member. Are you able to understand how we are directly, without even taking the pen, we are able to solve this question? Now, how we need to solve it? Dekho. If you talk about point B, if you talk about joint B, at joint B, we are having a force, this is B, this is FBD, right? This is a force FAB, right? There's a force FBC. Right? If you try to resolve in any of the component, this FBC will always be having a zero value. There is no which is supporting this. Okay, so we can simply say this is a zero force member. If this is a zero force member, now if you try to identify, go with joint C, so CD will be a zero force member, right? Now next go to joint D, so DE will be a zero force member. Now let us go to joint E, so EF is a zero force member, right? Okay, so 4 we have identified. Is there any other zero force member that you can see on the screen? Any other zero force member? Yes. As the force is horizontal, and these are not roller joint, these are pin joint. So we'll be having 2 reaction forces. We'll be having 2 here also in this direction. Here also we'll be having 2 directions, and because the horizontal force ki wajah se we'll be having the horizontal reaction, and if the horizontal reaction is present, so we can simply say EG and FG won't be a zero force member. Okay, so I think you will be getting how much number of zero force? 4 or 5? Is there any other member which is basically having a zero force? Because if you try to resolve this 100, some portion will be going to this, some portion will be going to this. If it is going to this portion, we'll be having the force over here. And if you talk about this, this is having a non-zero value, this will be having a non-zero, this is also non-zero, this is also non-zero. So we can simply say we are having 4 number of members which is basically coming under your this. Okay, is this clear? No, EG won't be having 0. Why? Because if you see, let's say this is your reaction force R1, this is R2, this is R3, this is R4. We can say R1 plus R3 is equal to 100. So R1 is not a zero member. If R1 is not zero, how EG will be zero? EG won't be a zero member. Is this clear? These are not roller joints. I'm again repeating. These are your pin joint, and pin joint we're having two reactions. So the final answer is option C. 4 members are the zero force members. Clear, right? Okay, simple. Just only need to identify the collinear forces. Like whenever you are seeing 3 forces like this one, this one, and this one, so definitely this will be a zero force member. Simple way to identify. Okay, no need to do the complete calculation method of joint or method of section. No, by simply looking at the diagram we can identify. Okay, chalo, next question. A force of 70 Newton acts tangentially at the highest point of the solid sphere. We are having a solid sphere, right? And a force of 70 Newton is acting, right? 70 Newton is acting, right? At the highest point of the solid sphere with a mass of 10 kg kept on a rough horizontal plane. So we're having a horizontal plane, right? And it is rolling without slipping. What is the acceleration of the center of the sphere? What is the magnitude of the acceleration of the center of the sphere? Chaliye, try this problem. Very easy. What is the... Now, can you tell me what's the direction of friction at the point of contact? What will be the direction of friction? Because it is moving, it will be moving definitely like this. So the direction of friction over here will be this one, in the right hand side. Okay. So if you simply look at this particular sphere, there are two forces acting. One is the applied force, second is the friction force. Can we say if you applied D-Lambert's principle, I'm assuming this is moving with an acceleration of A, right? So this is the acceleration A. So we can say F plus small f is equal to m into A. So there are two forces acting, right? Okay, fine. And if I try to apply the moment equation, right, or momentum, we can say torque equation, we can have this is applying a torque in the clockwise direction, F into R. Small f into R is applying the anti-clockwise, so minus F into R is equal to I into alpha, right? And we know that your A is equal to R into alpha. Okay, and what is the moment of inertia of a solid sphere about the center? That is 2 by 5. Already we have seen 2 by 5 mr square into alpha. This is F into R minus small f into R. Are you able to see? I think the color is visible. It's very important. These type of questions are very easy. R get cancelled out. What is R into alpha? That is A. That is 2 by 5 ma f minus f. So we got two equations, this one and this one. Try to add this equation 1 and 2. Equation 1 and equation 2. If you try to add, f will be cancelled out. So we'll be having 2f is equal to 7 by 5 ma. Okay, we know the value of f, we know the value of m, we can calculate the value of acceleration. So A is equal to 10 into f is 70 divided by 7 into mass is 10 kg. So we are getting this to be 10 meter per second square. Option A is the correct answer. 10 meter per second square. Okay, 10 meter per second square. We are simply getting this value. Fine. It's quite easy. Only thing is you need to apply the simple logic. That's it. Okay, chalo. Next question. I think mechanics में many of the students are not able to respond. अरे mechanics बहुत easy है. It's only pure physics. How we are able to apply the physics. Remember when you are preparing for JEE, you are solving the questions, very high level of questions. These are very basic level, I think. Chalo, one more type of question. A ladder AB is having a length of 5 meter and weight of 600 Newton is resting against the wall. Assuming frictionless contact at the floor B and wall A, what should be the magnitude of the force P that we need to apply in order to maintain the equilibrium? What should be the magnitude of this force P in order to maintain an equilibrium condition? Okay, chalo. Tell me, what will be the answer? Apply. Now, if you try to draw the free body diagram of this rod, if I said this is, let me try to draw it over there only. So we'll be having one reaction force normal to this. Let's say this is R1, and over here we'll be having a reaction at R2, right? Basically, this is not required. You know, it's not required. You can simply solve. Now, if I try to take moment about point B, if I try to take moment about point B, uh, that should, because this is, we are talking about equilibrium conditions, the net force and moment should be equal to 0. So we can simply say R1 into 3 in the clockwise direction. This will be half of this minus W into 2 equal to 0. Okay, so from here I can get the value of R1. Yes, if I get the value of R1, I can simply now get that value of P. R1 will be equal to W into 2 by 3. W is, what's the weight of this? This is 600 Newton. So 600 into 2 divided by 3, that is, we are getting 400 Newton. And if I say the total force acting on this body on the horizontal direction should be equal to 0, so we can say R1 minus P equal to 0, or P is equal to R1, that is equal to 400 Newton. Option A is the correct answer. Pankaj has already given me the answer. Yes, I think he has given the previous one. Okay, so 400 Newton is the answer to this question. 400 Newton. Okay, 400 Newton. Fire, money. Pankaj, Roshan, Saurav, is this clear? Everyone. Two, because they are saying equilibrium condition, the total movement will be 0 and the total force acting on this body, because that is the criteria for an equilibrium condition, right? Only we have applied these two criteria. That's it. These two conditions. Okay. Chalo, next question on your screen. Next question on your screen. If a ball which is dropped from a height of 2.25 meter on a smooth floor attains the height of the bounce equal to 1 meter, the coefficient of restitution between the ball and the floor is equal to, there's a direct formulation. Remember, collision topic we have seen, if we're having a consecutive height they are giving, we can directly get the value of coefficient of restitution. Yes, anyone? Quickly, initially it was having a height of 2.25 meter, and after the first bounce it has reached or attained 1 meter. Okay, so from here we can simply say that is equal to under root of h2 by h1. H2 is 1 divided by 2.25 root of this. So when you solve it, you'll be getting what? Somewhere around 0.67. Very good. So the coefficient of restitution that you'll be getting will be 0.67. Option C is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Is this clear? Done. Chaliye, next question, industrial questions. Let's take out some industrial questions. Okay, from the assembly line, quickly tell me the answer. I'll be back in a minute. Quickly, I need answers. Okay, chalo. Uh, the assembly line of 5 stations have 5 different times. They are simply asking the value of line efficiency. So the line efficiency is equal to the total work content divided by n into the cycle time. But here they have not given the value of cycle time. Then how we can calculate? Now we can simply say whenever they are not giving you the cycle time, we have to assume the cycle time is the maximum among all the given parameters. So we are having the cycle time will be equal to 22 minutes. Okay, fine. Total work content will be the addition of all these, that is 20 plus 16 plus 19 plus 22 plus 17. You'll be getting some value, right? Okay, Roshan, absolutely correct. 87.27. This will be coming out to be 96. So 96 divided by number of workstation is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 22. You solve it, you'll be getting exactly 87.27 percentage. into 100 you need to multiply, right? Because you're asking in percentage. Option D is the correct answer. Very good. Option D is the correct answer. 87.27 will be the total line efficiency. Now, can you tell me what will be the balance delay? Why we used 22? Because that, if they have not mentioned anything, the cycle time will always be the maximum value of the station time. Remember, the minimum value of the cycle time is always equal to the maximum of the station time. Yes, remember? Right? If you're having 5 stations and every station having, let's say, 20, 16, 19, 22, 17. So I will be having a cycle time of 22 minutes, because that work piece or that process or that we can say job will be remaining in that workstation for 22 minutes. Let us suppose if I'm assuming the cycle time is 16 minutes, then what will happen? It is staying for 16 minutes only for workstation 1, but it requires 20 minutes to complete all the processes. So that should not be the value, right? Okay, so minimum value of the cycle time is nothing but the maximum station value. Okay, chalo. Next question. 3 machines are required to perform machining processes on 3 different workpieces. So time is given. The optimum allocation to minimum the total. They are asking you the allocation. That means this is a question from the assignment problem. This is from the assignment model. Chalo, quickly. Minimization. So you need to apply a Hungarian method to identify the optimum allocation to the minimum total process time. है ना? चलो. Row reduction, then column reduction, then we'll be getting the final value. So if I try to go for the row reduction, least value will be subtracted from that individual rows, right? So 3 is the minimum, so 0, 1, 4, 2 is minimum, 3, 0, 0, 3 is minimum, so we'll be having 6, 1, 0. Column ke liye, if you clearly see in every column we're having 1, 0, now we can go for the allocation, right? Now you can do the allocation. I hope so everyone knows how to do the allocation. Hello, Bhagwat, hello. Row number 1, single 0, allocate and strike the column. Row number 2, 2 zeros, we won't be allocating anything. Row number 3, single 0, allocate and remove that column, right? And if you move to the column, allocate. So here if you see 3 lines are required to cover all the 0, this solution is optimum. This solution is optimum. So my final answer is 3 plus 2 plus 3, that is option A, 8, not 6, 8. Okay. Yes. Yes, option A, 8 is the correct answer. Simple. 8 is the correct answer. Very good. We only need to do the allocation. Row number 1, single 0, allocate, strike that column. Row number 2, 2 zeros, leave that. Row number 3, single 0, allocate, strike that column. Now move column wise. If you move to column number 2, only single 0, allocate, strike of that column. So 3 number of lines required to cover, and that is equal to the size of the matrix. That means the solution is optimum. That means we have allocated all these 3 values. So 3 plus 2 plus 3. 3 plus 2 plus 3. That is 8 minutes will be the optimum value. 9 को भी 0 कर सकते हैं? नो, 9 को कैसे 0 कर सकते हैं? 9 को 0 नहीं कर सकते ना. We always try to subtract the least value. हाँ, अगर this would have been a maximization problem, in that case you have to identify the maximum value, और वो maximum value को you have to subtract from each and every particular cell value. अगर ये maximization problem होता, then the 9 will be subtracted from each and every element. क्योंकि minimization है, you have to directly apply the Hungarian method. ठीक है? Clear? Chaliye, next question on your screen. Okay, this is a question from the sequencing. Company has 3 machines, A, B, and C, and there are their items and their processing times is being given. What is the optimum sequence? What is the optimum sequence? I think you are not. What is the optimum sequence that you will be having? Quickly. So, to apply the Johnson's rule, there is one condition. If you try to see, if I want to apply the Johnson's rule, there is one condition. The minimum of A should be greater than equal to the maximum of B, or minimum of C should be greater than or equal to maximum of B, right? So chalo, let's try to apply. Minimum of A is 3 and maximum is 6. Condition is not satisfying. Minimum of C is 6 and maximum is 6. Definitely. Minimum of C is greater than equal to maximum of B. This condition is being satisfied. If this condition is satisfied, now we can convert this into two machine. Let's say I'm having an hypothetical two machines, X and Y. X will be equal to A plus B and Y is equal to B plus C. Then you can apply the Johnson's rule. So 4 plus 4 is 8, 6 plus 4 is 10, 9 plus 5 is 14, 9 plus 5 is 14, 8 plus 3 is 11, 3 plus 11 is 14, this is 8, this is 10, 9, and this will be 13. Okay, so we have converted this into from 3 machine to 2 machines, right? Now we can do the allocation. Johnson's rule लगाइए. Quickly apply the Johnson's rule and identify the simple question. चलिए, easy है. Quickly. Now, minimum is 8 and that too is coming in first machine. So we'll be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 allocation that we need to do. इसको थोड़ा सीधा कर लेते हैं. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C, D. Okay, Saurav and Roshan has given me the answer. Now, you can allocate 1 also and you can allocate 4 also because both the values are same. So it is independent if you are having 1 or 4, both are correct. So let me take 1 first of all because it's starting with 1. Then we'll be having 4, right? So by only looking at these two answers, we can eliminate A, B and D. Option C is the correct answer. बस हमने A की allocation किया है. We have did only one allocation. We are getting the correct answer. Okay, chalo फिर भी let us complete our discussion. Next minimum is 9, so 5. Cross this. Next minimum is over here. This is 3, then 2. So 1, 4, 5, 3, 2. 1, 4, 5, 3, 2 is the correct sequence that we have used, and this is, we call it as a Johnson's rule. This we are basically applying the Johnson's rule. Okay, fine, clear. Chaliye. Now we are left out with I think 1 and 2 and 3 questions is left out. Let us do take all these 3 questions as an homework because I want you guys to tell me the answers in the comment section. Okay, so all the next 3 questions I'll be giving you as an homework. This is homework number 1, this is homework number 2, and this is homework number 3. Okay, 3 questions as an homework. You can give me the answer in the comment section. You can directly say question number 18. This is question number 18th, right? This is 18, this is 19th, and this is 20th question. You can directly let 18th ka A hai, B hai, C hai, whatever is the answer. You can tell me in the comment section after the class, and I'll be sharing this PDF to my Telegram channel, and you can download from there also. करा दें? चलो करा देते हैं. चलो. Like that attitude, perfect है. It won't be taking much time. चलो करते हैं. We are having 6. चलो, I'll be giving 1 question as an homework. 3 की जगह 1 question homework है. 2 question अभी करते हैं. We are having 6 this one activities, predecessors also being given. Draw the network diagram and they're asking what's the total float for activity C and E. Total float for activity C and E. चलिए quickly. दिख रहा है आपको? दिख रहा है ना? वो एक्टिविटी छुप जा रहा है सर के पीछे. चलिए activity A, B, there is no predecessor. You can start from the first node, है ना? A, B, C is having a predecessor of A, D का B है, E का भी B है, F का E है. चलो देखते हैं who is giving me the answer. The total float for activity C and E. Network diagram बनाते हैं. 1, this is 2, A, this is B, B, C है आपका A के बाद. Let me draw it C over here. इसको 4 कर देते हैं. D is after B. Okay. D है B के बाद, E भी B के बाद, E F के बाद. चलो this is D, this is E, right? And this is your, let me do one thing. Let's try to join all these to the same value. SA, SA, and SA. 4, 5. And this is F. Right? Okay, fine. Chalo. A is having duration of 2, B is having a duration of 5, C is having a duration of 1, D is having a duration of 6, E is having a duration of 8, and F is having a duration of 2. Let us quickly identify what is the critical path and try to see the forward pass and backward pass computation. Chale. 0, 0 plus 2 is 2, 5, 2 plus 1 is 3, 5 plus 6 is 11, 5 plus 8 is 13, 13 plus 2 is 15. So I think the critical path is this one. B, E, F is the critical path. B, E, F is the critical path. If this is a critical path, they're asking about activity C and E. E critical path पे, so E will be having a total float to be 0. So total float 0, तो भाई ये तो eliminate हो गया. B option is being eliminated. Now we are left out with A, B, A, C and D. तो निकालना ही पड़ेगा. चलिए. Forward pass and backward pass, and they are asking about activity C. So this is 15. 15 minus 1 is 40. Okay. So if I talk about activity C is moving from 2 to 5. 2 to 5. है ना? 2, 14, 15 and 15. Total float is equal to 15 minus 2 minus C ka duration is 1. So this is equal to 12. Okay. So 12 option C. क्योंकि देखो total float for E will be simply equal to 0. Because why? Because it is located on the critical path. तो critical path में है तो definitely it will be having a 0 value. Total float, independent float or free float, right? You'll be getting the direct value to be 0. So option C is the correct answer. Okay, correct. Very good. चलिए next question. इसको भी कर देते हैं अभी. एक क्वेश्चन तो होमवर्क देते हैं आपको. Company has to offer the following price breaks for the order quantity. The order cost is CO value they are given as 60 rupees. Rupees 60 per order. है ना? The holding cost is 10% of the purchase price. CH is equal to 0.1 of C. And what is the economic order quantity? The annual demand is 1000 units. Chalo. Now, whenever we are having a discount model, we always try to check from the lowest unit price. So lowest unit price is 100. So this range ke liye will be calculating, right? So for Q greater than 101 units, इसके लिए check करते हैं. So Q star will be equal to 2DCO by CH root of this. So 2 into 1000 into CO is 60. CH is 0.1 into C is 100. Tell me what's the value you are getting. What is the value that we are getting? Solve it and tell me. 2000 into 60 divided by 10. Somewhere around 100, 101. कितना आ रहा है? 109. 109.5. 109.5. Yes. So we are getting the economic order quantity, the Q star value, we are getting this to be 109.5 units. So tell me, is this the feasible range? We are talking about above 101 units, 101 and above. So definitely this is a feasible range. So no need to check anything. This is my final optimum value. This is my final optimum value, right? That means round off kar dete hain. So option D is the correct answer. No need to check anything. If you are getting a feasible value in the first go, the lowest price, that is the minimum most we can say cost will be having. So the economic order quantity or the minimum value will be simply 109.5. Round off kar dete hain, 110 is the correct answer. Option D is the correct value. Okay, fine. Clear hai? Yes. Chalo. So last question definitely homework hai kyunki this is a very easy question. You can answer it very easily. Okay, so this is a homework question from forecasting. They are giving you two values of smoothing values. The forecast value of the third month they have given F3 value as 179.5. They're asking if the difference, find the difference in the forecast value for the fourth month using both smoothing coefficient, that is 0.3 लेना है, 0.5 लेना है, and F4 का difference निकालना है 2 times. Okay, so whatever value that you are getting, tell me in the final correct answer. Okay, and I think that option is not correct. ये options पिछले वाले का है. You'll be getting somewhere around 2.5. Please cross check. 2.5 units. 2.5 or 2.1. Okay. Fine. So these are all the questions from the theory of machine, industrial and mechanics, and you already know there's a ground zero going on, started from 27 Feb. Very, very high quality, we can say precise practical example is that many faculties are already have shared the videos. Do watch that from basic to advanced level of concept. So initially we'll be having the basics and slowly then we'll be having the advanced level. Okay. Yes, and only 1 month we'll be having. It's complete for the following months we'll be having this particular series. Okay, so thank you guys for joining with me. I'll be sharing this PDF on my Telegram channel. You can download from that also just after this session. Okay, fine. Thank you. Bye bye. Do take care of yourself and try to practice. Or kal, important, tomorrow 9 p.m. me and Chandra sir will be coming with a Menti war. Just come and relax and enjoy the session. Okay, chale, thank you guys. Bye bye. Take care. Stay safe. Bye bye.